All right, guys. I've had a lot of you just sending me emails saying I don't know what to do. I'm on Zoom live the first 20 minutes of every class, and I've actually sat on Zoom the entire class a couple times. I've asked some of you sending me emails to hop on Zoom so I can help you, and you're not doing it. So I'm going to post this video. I'm going to screen share. I'm going to explain yesterday's work. I'm going to explain today and tomorrow's work. I'm then going to run this through Edpuzzle so I can then see if you watch the video. So I know you at least watched it if you keep telling me you don't know what to do. So I'm going to screen share and we're going to get started here. So you should be able to see my screen now. This is environmental science. I'm going to scroll down to the notes for January 18th through the 21st. These are the notes I post every week. If you pull this up, you are going to find the bell work questions, the notes about biodiversity, okay? Biodiversity means all the different living things. If I'm looking at these two things, A has millions of one type of plant, B has hundreds of different types of plants. B is more biodiverse because it has more different living things. If I have an apple orchard with 100 apple trees, or my front yard with a pecan tree, an apple tree, and a peach tree, so I only have 3 trees in my front yard, but I have an orchard with 100 trees that are all the same. My front yard is more biodiverse because I have 3 different species versus 100 of one species. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to look at Wednesday bell work. Here is Wednesday's work. A lot of you have said, Ms. Barrett, what's the desert ecosystems work? You didn't write it. Yeah, I did. Open the notes. You guys know this. I'm a little frustrated that you guys aren't doing this. You should know this by now. We've done this every week since the first day of school. Wednesday's work, desert ecosystems. We're going to do an assignment that uses various habitats located in the Sonoran Desert. Today, your work is to learn about the following habitats: desert washes, creosote flats, desert foothills, desert sands, desert mountains. Do on Wednesday, virtual kids, make Google slides. For each habitat, do the following: a general definition, at least 6 animals that live there, at least 3 plants that thrive there, 3 different locations, whether it be other deserts that have this habitat, a country, I don't care, just find 3 other places it exists. Describe what it looks like, sketch a small picture. Guys, we're doing Google slides, copy and paste a picture. And list 5 abiotic factors in the habitat, that's non-living things. That means you're going to open up Google Slides. You're going to have 5 slides. A desert wash slide, a creosote flat slide, a desert foothill slide, a desert sand slide, and a desert mountain slide. On each slide, you're going to give me the definition, the 6 animals that live there, the 3 plants that thrive there, the locations I can find them, what it looks like, and 5 abiotic factors of that habitat. So you're going to look that up for each of those 5 things, put those on the slides, and turn it in. Thursday. Here's your bell work. It says you'll open the Google Doc on Classroom, ignore the first page, read through the entire thing. Answer question 1 on page 2. Use the data on pages 4 through 9 to answer the rest of the questions. I want complete sentences and thoughtful answers. Explain everything. All right. So I'm going to back out of this and we're going to go open that up. So I'm going to go to classwork. Here's my biodiversity data project. Awesome to the 3 of you here that's already turned it in. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to ignore the first page like the directions said. Whee! All right, background. I'm going to read this, but basically, this is a large area of the Sonoran Desert in California that's owned by the Marine Corps. This is where they do test bombings. They drop missiles, they test bombs here. And so they're people whose job is to manage the natural resources and see what types of things are destroying, see where they can drop these bombs and not. Guess what? The Sonoran Desert has 5 different habitats. They are creosote flats, sands, washes, foothills, and mountains. Does that sound familiar? It does, because it was yesterday's work. That's why we did that. Because you did the slides yesterday or are going to do them right now, right? you're going to be able to answer number 1 before you look at the data. So before you go on, predict the habitats that will have low and high biodiversity and explain your thinking. So right here, I'm going to pick one. Pick one, and then I'm going to explain why I picked it as high diversity. Low diversity, I'm going to pick another one, and then I'm going to explain. I'm going to spell it right. There, explain. Gosh. Okay, I've now done that. Now I'm going to go on after I delete this. All right, page 2. The evidence collected is over the next 5 pages. Is the evidence in the following graphic organizer to support and revise the explanations you made in question 1. Identify and describe the components in the given mathematical representations, i.e. graphs. They're using a fancy word for graphs. Mathematical representation means graphs. Identify and describe the components in the given graphs. So I'm going to go down here. First of all, these are all the species, if you want to know what they look like. Here's your graphs. Here's the creosote flats, all the animals that were found in it and how many were found. Same for the sands habitat, the foothills, mountains, washes, okay? I can also come down here and I can find each animal species here, and I can find the creosotes, the sands, how many was in each of those, and the total number that was found in each of those. Might need that. I don't know. We'll look through that. I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to describe what was given to me in those graphs. Tell me what those graphs are about, what they represent, and what they show. Next one, using the given graphs, analyze the factors affecting biodiversity in the ecosystems. I told you biodiversity is all the different living things. Now, factors affecting them in the ecosystems. We researched the ecosystems yesterday. Okay, you went through those 5 habitats, those ecosystems. So one of them might be more dry. One of them might have more places for things to live, which is what can support more things in that. Go through and think about the way they look and the resources available and why that's going to affect the biodiversity in that ecosystem. Okay, explain right here. Revision, revise the explanation from question 1 based on the evidence provided. So maybe I guess that the creosote flats was going to be the most biodiverse because, I don't know, I'm making this stuff up, but because it's got a lot of trees or something for more things to live on. But I went through the data and that's not really the case. Something else was more biodiverse. I'm going to explain which one was more biodiverse, which one was the least biodiverse, and why in this box here. And then I'm going to go back and click submit and I am done. Okay, if you have more questions than that, please get on Zoom. I am on the same Zoom link the first 20 minutes of every class period. I'm available by email. If you ask me for help, I'm going to send you my Zoom link and say hop on. Okay, please reach out for help. Reach out for help. I am going to be grading these on Monday. I'm not going to be at school next week. We have COVID. Okay, so please get the work done. This isn't going to be something you can go back and make it up in 3 weeks. Get it done. Okay, let me know if you have questions. I've given you several different ways to reach me. You can also text me on Remind. All right, guys.